James here with Bolton Live. We have with us today legendary Howard Marks.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm not bad. Thanks very much for giving us the interview.
No,
It's an absolute pleasure to talk to you today. I'd like to point out before we start that I am actually from Rosset, so I'm not one of these English people who the club is for. Well, you put a great show on tonight. Obviously, a man with a massive amount of experience and worldly knowledge. Is this your first time in Bolton? What do you think of the place?
No, it's not my first time. I can't remember when the last time was, but it was several years ago. But I have performed here before.
Ah, right, okay.
But
yeah, the town hall, was it?
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
I've seen
I'm not 100% sure, but I think so, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of the place?
And I'm performing here again with Hooky, you know, Peter Hook.
Right,
in April, I think at the Albert.
Right, okay. So back to the town hall, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, superb. Obviously, as I say, you know, it's been a great show tonight. The audience was great. You put on a brilliant show, as I say. Some of the stuff that you've been talking about, I'm not sure if it's all real. I mean, like, you know, the stuff you're talking about with the lion.
You know, the lion shit is, yes, you're right. Some of the stuff that I was talking about, especially about vegetarians, going to be the Venus flytraps, clearly isn't real in any sense, or isn't meant to pretend to be. But, lion shit is real.
Yeah.
And does have that. There must be something, I suppose, in animals that can detect danger.
Oh, yeah.
Shit. So, they actually sell it. In fact, we got just to keep cats off people's gardens and things like that. So, because the lion shit is for real. The radio piss is for real.
Is the bit where you were talking about people actually pelting you with it when you're on stage? Is that real?
Well, the lion shit, that
happened
in Hackney, actually, the old schools in Hackney.
Yeah. And so that put you off the experience, obviously.
Oh, no, those things are real, yeah. I mean, it's usually, when I go on the flight to fantasy, I try to make it clear to the people who are listening that I am on the flight to fantasy.
Well, that's the thing, you know, like I say, you know, some of the things I was thinking, this has obviously got to be genuine. And other stuff you're thinking, well, you know, a bit beyond the round. So, I know, like I say, you know, there's so many questions that come into my mind at the moment, and we've only got a short amount of time, obviously. Would you say the experiences that you've had in life, particularly, you know, when things have gone bad, have changed your perspective on things, or changed the way you look at things?
Yes. I mean, and unfortunately, it is the bad experiences that really somehow or other change the good experience.
Yes.
It's, yes, but looking back, I think I've, learned terribly valuable lessons from those hard times.
Yeah.
It's not that I recommend everyone should go through them. There's got to be some better shortcuts for it, but it didn't do me any harm, really.
Yes.
I think probably made me into a better person.
Yeah.
Probably the 9 years in England made me into a much better person than any other 9 years. But I wouldn't recommend it.
No, I can imagine, yeah. How did you get through that time? I mean, it's a long time to be cut away from, you know...
Yes, it is, but if you stop taking yourself seriously, you think about helping other people, you begin with journeys rather than outruns, And I've made lots of outward ones, but not too many inward ones before.
So plenty of time to think then, basically.
Yeah, and also do things like, yoga and physical fitness stuff and everything. Read all the stuff I pretend I read before.
Well, obviously I've never had the opportunity to do that, hopefully. Hopefully never.
No, I hope it never comes.
Well, you never know.
But it was a sort of accepted downside of what they took that could happen.
Well, it's always when you go on the wrong side of the path, as it were, it's always possible.
Oh yeah. Otherwise, it's not on the wrong side.
So, how long were you actually sort of involved with stuff like that? Actually doing this type of thing?
30 years.
Yeah. it's a, you know, a bit of a blur, I would imagine. The books that I've read.
No, when I put that down to age, like, you know, it's like every old fucker against the shit.
I heard, well, from reading books and stuff, that you had diplomatic immunity in certain countries.
No. Which book's that?
I'm not sure. It was maybe it was on the internet or something. But
no, I never had diplomatic immunity. I worked for MI6.
Right. Okay.
Which I used.
Okay.
But I didn't have any diplomatic immunity.
Right. Maybe I've obviously gone the wrong end of the stick there.
Well, no, maybe you read that.
Well, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff goes on the internet, I suppose. Hence us being here ourselves, like. But yeah, like I say, that was the kind of thing that I did read somewhere. Yeah. I know you've been all around the world. How many countries would you say you've been to now? You know, you can see some
boy. I mean, this is a guess. Yeah, about 60 or 70.
Yeah.
What's a guess? At least 40, no more than 80. How many countries are there? 120 is this?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
It's something like that.
And they keep changing, don't they? And then
coming
over and fall apart.
It oscillates. I think it's about 120 or between 100 and 200.
Yeah.
So beat them with half.
On a slightly more serious note, obviously you talk a lot about...
serious enough.
You talk a lot, obviously, about cannabis when you know in the show and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I know these days, when I was younger, you know, a lot of people smoke cannabis, and nowadays we have a lot more problems with like heroin and all those type of substances, and you see a lot in the press about people saying that cannabis is a gateway drug and that this leads you into taking heroin and leads you into illness.
Well, I suppose it is in a sense because it's illegal, you know. I mean, if cannabis was legal, there wouldn't be a gateway drug.
This has always been my thinking, and the fact that
the only link between the two is
to what market to buy it.
Yeah, the only link is created by illegal.
Yes.
There's no other. There's nothing that makes you sort of think, "Oh, this is a great skunk. I love this stuff. Let's not fucking chat about that."
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's no substance in the world that the more you take it, like, makes you want to take something else.
Yeah. I'm glad to see that kind of opinion. I know one of my friends a long time ago ended up going down that bad path.
Yes.
He said to me the reason was that he went to try and buy some cannabis and hadn't. And he went to the next person and the next person and they didn't have any, and they kept saying, "We've got this."
And given that the government knows that this
it does a little bit, really.
I mean, no wonder we're paranoid.
Well, no comment. No comment whatsoever.
Yeah, it's like that.
Oh, of course, no problem at all. So, obviously, lots of shows in the pipelines, I would imagine. Where you off to next? What stuff have you got going on?
Cardiff, the next show, next Tuesday. But back to Leeds tomorrow.
Right. You were saying you live in Leeds now, do you?
Yeah.
Is that because you have family up there, or...?
No, I just started shouting to someone who lived there.
Okay, no better reason than that, I suppose, really, is there? I take it she's obviously good. I've got a funny feeling we won't be able to actually show this before. We can do, yeah, but then it'll be very, very short, I would imagine. So you hanging around a bit tonight? Are you going to watch some of the bands, or...?
No, I just go back, have Horlicks and go to bed.
A Horlicks?
Didn't tell me this.
I take it that this Horlicks will be one of those nighttime Horlicks, is the special ones.
The ones that you start as a kid.
Exactly. Indeed. So, anything you'd like to talk about, anything you'd like to say before we wind up? No, super. Okay, well, thanks very much for coming down. As I say, normally I'm a lot more on the ball than this, but I've had a couple of drinks myself.
No, I have to. No idea what this will turn out like.
It's just, as I say, so many questions will spring into my mind.
It's just weird.
It's one of those, I think we were talking about this earlier on, where you 3 sentences in front of yourself.
Yeah.
And that's my mistake.
I prefer that state, really.
Oh, yes.
Not much to promote it.
Well, as I say, you know, it's purely a friend of mine that told me that's what I say. I would never know myself.
Yeah, no, I'm speaking from first-hand experience.
As I say, it's been a pleasure talking to you, an absolute pleasure. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to see you again on stage sometime and see you on one of your shows.
In the world,
And thanks very much again for coming on the show.
No, my pleasure.
It's been absolutely brilliant.